And oh, thank you so much, Scott. Okay, so I'm Taz Ferreira from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. So I've been with Purium for around 3 years, and it's been the most incredible journey. I've been on the council for a year, and I feel my passion really lies here. I started discovering who I really am and my true purpose. My true purpose. So this has been my driving force ever since, and I'm so honored to be part of this movement. So let's open up the call. I'll pass it to Jody. She will start us off with the pledge.
Well, good morning, everyone. So happy to see you guys today. Thank you for those of you who are on camera. We like seeing you. I'm going to share my screen because I think you'd rather look at this than at me. This is the millionmommovement.info website. This is what you see when it first comes up. Don't worry, that information only comes to us, not to anybody else. If you come here under movement and hit join, you'll get that same little thing, join the movement, send us your information so we can send you emails. But if you scroll down, you will see this, the Million Mom Movement Pledge. This is my daughter, Leora. She is 8. This is her favorite thing in the world to do. So I'm gonna let her read the pledge. She practiced really hard a few weeks ago and she's got it down pat. So do you want me to do it with you? You wanna do it yourself?
I wanted to do it myself.
Of course she wants to do it herself. Have at it, kid.
I pledge to defend the health of myself and my family. I pledge to choose organic foods that are minimally processed and free of man-made ingredients. I pledge to read labels and educate myself on all aspects of clean living. I understand that my actions today will positively impact the health and environment of future generations. I'm committed to sharing this movement of many. I am the Million Mom Movement.
Can you tell everybody what the movement of many is, what that means?
It means dads, uncles, aunts, whoever wants to join can, as long as they care about clean food and their children.
There you go. You have it. So Million Mom Movement, we realized that mom can be limiting, and it started as moms, but now we are the movement of many. And while I have this screen up, I'm going to move right into our scholarships. It's here under outreach. Click on scholarship. Our company is very committed to helping all different communities, and we give a lot. And one of the ways that we give is by offering 4 scholarships a month to 4 deserving families who would like to start their own business, but may not have the means by which to do so. So this here on our page shows you the who, the why, the how, and also you'll see here, apply here. That's the application process. We ask you to upload a video. You're going to have to answer some questions. We do interviews. So what is the scholarship exactly? It is 3 months of superfood nutrition, which total retail value will be $1,250. But that's broken up into three months, and you get the business for free, which is $199 value, and you get training and support from us, the Million Mom Movement Council, as well as your direct upline and the diamonds above you. Diamonds is a rank advancement in our company. Those are the leaders in our company. So you get a lot of support with which to create your own business. We don't want to just give you the fish. We want to teach you how to fish. People often ask this. This is available to Purium customers. However, if you are already a brand partner, it is not available to you because it is a business scholarship and you already have the business. So that's everything about the scholarship. Share this with people, get it out there to families in need who want to share health, who want to share superfoods, but who may not have the means by which to do that. I am done with my part and passing it back to you, Taz. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jody. That was perfect. I love when Leora reads the pledge. It like the pride, the goosebumps in me just happens. I love it. Thank you so much. So now I'll pass it to Carmela and she will be talking about the petition.
Hi, everyone. My name is Carmela Velarde. I'm over here in Pennsylvania, and I'm a Blue Diamond with the company, really passionate about being a part of the activism arm that is Million Mom Movement. So I'm going to be putting what is the petition link here in the chat. So if you guys want to go straight to it, I'm going to also share screen. And what I'm showing you is our activism core tenet, right? We're here to help make an impact in the world at large. And how do we do that? We've decided in 2020 to make our focus to be about the number one product in the entire market that has the highest points per billion of glyphosate that sits on all market shelves. And some of you may not even know this is a situation, but we are here to inform you that it is and how glyphosate is so detrimental to the absorption of nutrients into our bodies so that we can thrive. So us as moms, we are label readers in this movement. We are people who are active ingredient holders to what's pure, what's organic. And so when you look at the pledge, we are 95% complete. So I share this because I really want you to see, look at this number. We've done a good job in a year. So we want to continue creating new petitions. And this is our first checkbox, not complete, but we're almost there. We're going to move on to a new petition, which this movement has been instrumental in supporting. So we want your help. And so as you can see, where you could sign, just please know that we're going to have more coming up. We've already discussed it with the council. So thanks so much for being here. And I pass the mic back to Taz.
Thank you so much. Okay, so I know today Naeva has so much incredible information for us. So I will pass it to her. And the floor is yours, Naeva. Teach us all about social media.
Awesome. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. So I'm just curious, how many of you are currently using your stories? Go ahead and drop me a 1 in the comments. Because I love sharing stories, but something about stories so there's pros and cons to stories. Something that I love about stories is I can continue to build on my stories daily throughout my daily life. So maybe in the morning, I might take a picture of the fruit that I'm eating and maybe my aminos. I might make a little video of me making a shake and so on and so forth. The other fun thing you can do with stories is you can actually curate them. So you can create a story, and just like you would share your story with a new person that you're talking to, you can create a story around that and you can post it in your stories. So, start with your pain point, before you found Purium, how you got introduced, what it's done for you, and how you see yourself using it in the future. Just like you would be talking to somebody, but you do it slide by slide. So I'm curious, I made a bunch of really fun slides and I posted them within our Million Mom Movement official group. So I'm curious how many of you guys have seen that. If you've seen that, go ahead and drop me a 2 in the comments. I'd like to know who has access to those currently. And if you didn't see those, I will be sharing them a little bit with you later on in this presentation, but you can find those in Million Mom Movement official. And I'm going to keep adding more there. And something that's really exciting is I was talking with corporate yesterday, and they are also creating some story memes for us as well that are more product driven, and as well as some business driven ones. So I'm really excited to see that coming out in the near future. But stories, the cons of stories is that they only last for 24 hours. So when you create a story, it's there for a short amount of time and then it disappears. So you have to continually be building on the stories and continue sharing. And if you don't share for a certain amount of time, then you won't have anything there for people to see. The other thing about stories is sometimes you have a lot of engagement. Like sometimes I'll have quite a few people seeing the stories. And then, excuse me, I have a fly that's flying around. I'm in my outdoor office. So sometimes when you're sharing in your stories, you'll get a ton of engagement depending on what you're sharing. So what I suggest doing is sharing some of your personal life. So what you do on a daily basis, your kids playing, you going on adventures, doing fun stuff, and then sprinkle in these other story memes that I've created that or you can create your own that talk about our mission, our vision, our purpose, what we're doing, as well as sprinkling in the message about glyphosate. So that's really exciting and fun about stories. Next, I'd like to also share a little bit of the perks of reels. So reels are really great because you can, geez, this fly is really bugging me, excuse me. Reels last forever. And when you post them, you don't know who's going to see them, right? In your stories, mostly it's people that are in your algorithms, people that are your friends. You can share your stories into Messenger and share it with people. But with reels, this is so annoying. Excuse me, guys. With reels, they last forever and other people can share them. Other people can share them within their stories. Other people can like them. Other people can see them and have access to them. I've had reels that I've posted go from having, I have posted one the other day and I went back maybe 10 minutes later and it had maybe 35 views or something on it. Then I clicked off. I went and did a few other things. I came back within an hour. There was over 1,000 views. When I came back maybe 2 hours later, there was over 1,500 views on that one reel. So the power of reels is, it's a real deal, you guys. There's a lot of power in creating reels and getting your message out there. So what is your message? So get clear on what it is that you want to share on your reels. What is your target audience? What is it that you want to share? There's lots of different things that you can share about. What are things that you're interested in? What are you passionate about? I've seen people make incredible dance videos or yoga videos or, musical videos, and you can share any type of story that you want with them by adding words onto those reels. So that becomes really fun because you can create reels that, talk about your story, where you've been and where you're going. So for me, maybe I'd make a reel of like, I used to dread going to work in the morning and leaving my son with somebody else. And through Purium, I was able to now be able to stay home with my son. So I could create a story around that, act it out, and then post it as a reel. And then you can put words on it to kind of explain the story a little bit further, especially if you're going to have music in the background or something like that. So I'm going to share my screen and show you guys a little bit. I had some people reach out and say they actually don't know how to post to stories. So we'll start there. And then I want to make a fun reel with you guys. And I have the comments up on my other screen. So if you guys have questions or anything that pops up, just go ahead and write it in the comments and I'll be keeping an eye on those. And let me just go ahead and share my screen here. So
So Naeva, I wanted to ask you some questions.
yes.
Okay, so for the stories, right? How do we keep engagement for the stories?
So for stories, if you keep your stories always active, then you will continue to have engagement. So that's what I found. And also by sharing your own personal, what's happening in your own personal life. So, sprinkling in some of your day-to-day habits that you're doing, taking, beautiful pictures of flowers or other things that you feel like might catch people's attention. I have noticed that when you start the story with a beautiful picture of yourself or your family or something that's attractive, maybe you find a fun meme online that that is just beautiful, a beautiful picture of cascading flowers or, something fun, a notebook that says good morning. Posting that first kind of catches people's attention, and then going into your own personal, this is my morning routine. So that's really helpful, is just sprinkling in your own daily life because people want to know what you're doing. And if you use too many word memes, people might just get distracted and not follow your stories. So before I get started here, I just want to show you all where to find. So I'm going to go to Facebook and I'm going to go to Million Mom Movement Official. And in this group, if you're not here yet, I encourage you all to go join this group. So that way you can become a part of our community here. And so within this group, there's an album pinned to the top of the group right here. And you can see I created lots of memes that go along with the story that we shared last week on Fierce Friday with Jody. about glyphosate. And so you can see here the story. You can share, you know, each one of these stories. I actually numbered them at the bottom so that way you can follow the sequence, because it can be confusing if you aren't the one that created them. So these ones are numbered, and you guys can go find all of these there. They're also currently posted on our Million Mom Movement Instagram, and you can save any of the memes that get posted on the Million Mom Movement Instagram. When they get posted there, you can also save them to your phone from there. So this is another one that I made. And so I color coded it differently so that way you could tell that it was a different one. And then I also made a white version of this so that you can go ahead and make it your own. And then I'm gonna scroll down a little bit, don't get dizzy. But down here, I created the toxin that came to dinner a second time, but this time I used images. And so these are really fun because they're even more interactive than the first version. And so, you know, play around with it. If you want to use some of the ones that have images and some of the ones that don't, you have 2 different versions to play with. And so I just wanted to share these with you. This goes on, there's probably about 15 slides that go with it, but I did include these slides that are from the Democracy Now! Glyphosate Unsafe on Any Plate, which is noted there at the bottom of the page. And so I borrowed these images from their website to be able to show people what the issue really is, because I feel like these images really do show what we're talking about. So you can go find these for yourself. I'm gonna go ahead and get back out of here and go back to our Instagram page. So if you aren't following us on our Million Mom Movement Instagram, I really encourage you to go and follow us here. This is mainly where I go and look for people's posts or repost people's stories. You can see here I reposted a fun story that one of our Million Mom Movement people put on there, and she created a really fun story about a bike ride, and this could even become a reel. And maybe she did create a reel out of it, but I was able to reshare it because she tagged me in the stories.
Naiva, it's very loud, so we don't hear you. We just hear the music. It's like blasting.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize.
Okay. Yeah.
I couldn't really hear. I have the sound turned down on my end, excuse me. So so as you can see, there's fun ways to create stories, and then I can reshare them if you tag us in the stories. So to create a story, I know you guys can't see my hands actually going, but if you there's a little plus sign at the top of the screen, and if you click on that, it will bring you all of these different options. So you can create a post, you can make a story, you can create a story highlight. You can also make an IGTV, which is more of like a video, a longer video than 1 minute. And then reels. Reels are 15 to 30 seconds. So that's something that's really good to know. But let's go to stories. And I can create a story by talking and sharing and then posting it. You do that by pressing the big white button in the middle of the screen. You can also find some different features that you like and edit the color, or, you know, you've seen people that have like sparkly backgrounds and whatnot. So all this is at the bottom of your screen, and you can change what the look is from there. Then on the side of your screen, you have the option to write words. So you can create a post writing words. Excuse me, let me go back there. You can create a boomerang. You can have a layout of pictures or a multi-capture, and the multi-capture is a really fun feature to, you know, if you're, for instance, maybe making a shake or taking your aminos and then taking your biomedic and then taking a shake, because you can take little clips similar to reels and put it in your stories, and it just makes them all consecutive. So I really love that. But I'm going to go to my pictures. So down here at the very bottom, you have all your pictures. And excuse me, I went and made a couple videos of our based on our YouTube channel last night. So I went and got some clips in case we wanted to use them in our reels or stories. But right here, you can see all of those memes I was showing you. They're right here on my phone. And so I was able to share a bunch of these this morning. But I'm just going to go ahead and share one of these again. So you click on the image that you like. And then if I want, I can add words. onto this, or at the top, you also have this little smiley face. It opens up to all these different options. So what are these options? You can click on the location that you're located. You can use this little @ symbol. That's how you tag the Million Mom Movement so that I can repost your stories. Hashtags and stories are not necessary because they don't really get found that way the same as posts and reels would get found. You can also ask a question. You can use a GIF. Using a GIF is really fun because you can find fun things on here. You can also type something in. So if you want to type in, we'll say healthy, you can find all these fun healthy memes. Maybe you want to talk about what your flex foods are and you want to put a picture of a watermelon or a cucumber or something on there. You can also type in green drink or whatever you want to use as a meme. Maybe we'll say stay healthy. So we'll go ahead and use this one on here and put it at the top of our image, and we'll just post this like that. And then I'm gonna go back. You can add music to any of your images or videos. You can put this little smiley face so people can like what it is that you're posting. One of my favorite features is a poll. So creating a poll on these images is really great because you could say, you know, I need a cure for this, or I need help with this. You know, I'm not going to do it on this one because I didn't choose a good meme for asking a poll, but creating a poll is a really great way to create engagement. So I'm going to go ahead and just post this and maybe grab one that I can create a poll on. So let's
Naiva,
see.
I'm curious to know, when is the best time to post? Someone was asking, should we put it on a schedule? What's your suggestions?
You can schedule it if you want to. There's a few different ways. I think the best times are in the morning. A lot of people in the morning when they get up, they're maybe drinking their coffee or their green drink and they're scrolling to see what is on social media, and people will scroll stories because it's a way that they can just kind of check in on their friends. What are they doing today? It's non-committed, and it's just kind of, it's a time passer. It's kind of like reading the newspaper. You're just sitting there reading what other people wrote or what people are talking about. And so I think in the morning's a really good time. Mid-afternoon is a good time. People are getting off work or kids are getting out of school. Right now it's summertime, so you know everybody's all over the place at most times of the day. And then there's evening time. So there's 3 main times of the day to post. Usually around 7 a.m. and then around 3 p.m. and then another around 6 or 7 again in the evening. And you're also thinking about the time zone of the people that you are talking to. So, I'm in Hawaii, but a lot of the people I'm talking to might be like in a California time zone. So I want to take that into consideration. I might be posting my stories at noon Hawaii time, which is 3 o'clock California time. So take those things into consideration. And I'm going to go back here and we'll create a poll together. So here, I'm going to go ahead and instead of saying, drop me a DM in the chat, I'm going to say, I need more info. How do I don't know if it will let me put all that. How do I get started? Okay, and then you can put this here. And the fun thing about this is people are literally going to tell you what they want or need, depending on the story that you're sharing and where you use your polls. So, for this one, obviously, I'm sharing about how we're growing our movement and our community. And if they'd like to learn more, I can share more information with them. And I'm leaving it with 2 positives. You don't necessarily want to give somebody a no option because that doesn't get you anywhere. So when you give somebody 2 positive options, they can either not answer the poll, or if they do answer the poll, they're actually answering, and then you have a way to reach back out to them and say, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that you commented, that you need this. Tell me a little bit more about your situation. I'd love to share more about the Million Mom Movement with you. If they say, if they comment, if they click on how do I get started, then again, you reach back out to them. Hey, I'm so glad you saw that, those stories. What was it that inspired you? I can't wait to help you get started with this program or with joining our community. So I'm going to go ahead and just share that to our stories. You guys can go and have fun with those memes. Tag us on there. I'm going to go to the Reels section. So I'm just gonna pause for a quick moment, and I'm curious, how many of you are currently using Reels? Just go ahead and drop a 3 in the comments if you're making Reels. Awesome. I see people are making Reels. I love it. I've seen some of your Reels and it's so fun to see everybody having fun with that. So Reels are a really great way to create engagement. It's a really fun way to share what it is that we're doing with our business. There's so many different messages that you can share through the Reels, whether it's about social sharing, being an entrepreneur. You can share your dreams and goals on there. You can share about your why. You can share the power of attraction. If you learn something on social media that you think other people need to learn, you can do like a little mini social media training. You can talk about, you know, the corporate world versus entrepreneurial world, what that means to you, what it has provided you. A lot of us have moved from one to the other, and we're experiencing more time freedom, more time with our families, more time with our kids, you know, availability to do what we want when we want. So sharing that message is really powerful. Sharing your true authentic story, your pains versus the solution. You know, how did you get started in this? What was it that got you started? Share a little bit about that and share about the solution. You can share about personal development, and of course you can share about your health journey or our going plastic free and the environment, or different things that you're passionate about. You can also share about your own personal passions. Maybe you're a yoga instructor or a massage therapist, a dancer, a musician, a mom. We all have so many different talents and so many things to share. So just think of something that is fun for you to share and go out there and share it. And it's a whole lot of fun to create Reels. So here you have, we're going to go to the Reels. And when you go to Reels, you can choose the length. So on the side here, you'll see there's these different options. You can, I always choose 30 seconds because you can always make it shorter. So I always choose the max amount of time. So that way I can just fill that time up if I want to, or I can make it shorter. Then you can choose the music that you want. This is the fun part because you can search up pretty much any artist. You can also, if you're scrolling through other people's Reels, which I'll show you guys down here at the bottom, you have the square box with the play button is your Reels. And so you can go in here and you can see different Reels. You can scroll the Reels that people have made and see what it is that they're doing and get inspired. There's some really cute ones in here. And you can just see what other people are doing. And if you like what they're doing, or if you like a certain music that they used, down at the bottom, which I have the sound totally down, so I don't know what musics are playing. But down at the very bottom of your screen, you can click on the music and you can go to either save this audio, or you can just at the bottom of your screen, you can see it says use audio.
Of you sometime, I want to spend some time with you. Make those
So those are
rainbows
just
in
some of the
my
things.
How you gonna do it if you really don't wanna dance?
I'm gonna click back to our reel right here. 30 seconds. I go ahead and just, let's see. We'll just do happy place. That's the top one.
So we're having a lot of questions about the reels. That did it take 15 hours to make a like 30-second reel?
No, it doesn't. So there's a few different ways you can make reels. As you can see, I'm like live in the reel, so I could press this play button and it would start recording me. And so I can act out a reel. Some of the reels you might have seen out there are you're acting it out. So you're listening to the music or the talking while you're acting it out. And those are really fun to make. If you don't know what to make, there's some really fun ones out there. You can find them. But to create them, it's really actually pretty quick. I personally make a lot of my reels from videos that I take throughout the day with my kids at the beach or visiting with other brand partners or customers, you know, going out and doing things. Those are the bulk of my reels. And so I actually, when you go to reels, it pops up only your videos that are, you know, your short videos. So basically you can scroll through your videos and find some really fun ones that you've made of maybe you going for a hike or you know, jumping off a waterfall or doing all the fun things, and put those together and share a story about how you love this time freedom and this location freedom and how you're looking for other people to partner with, or, you know, whatever message that you want to share with it. But you can create any story around the videos that you already have in your phone. So it doesn't take a ton of time. I know it takes a little bit of time just to get started with it. It's definitely can be a little time consuming at first, but it's a whole lot of fun. And once you make some reels, you can actually save the rough draft of your reels, and you can either repurpose them, and that might be for a future training, but you can repurpose them, or you can, you know, use them later on for other things. So for, let's see, for instance, I'll go ahead and try to add a video here. So you can see I have lots of little video clips. My husband did some cupping on me yesterday. I have some video clips of us on skateboards a few days ago. You know, a little video of my products. So depending on what I want to do, I can go ahead and stitch some of these together. Because we're on the Million Mom Movement one, I'm just going to go ahead and use one that I made earlier this morning. That's just pretty simple of me. And these are fun ones that you kind of can create and repurpose. Is a video where, okay, let's see, it's not actually playing. Usually they play for me when I put them in here. So let me see, let me go back and add it again. It's frozen. So let's see, I'll add this in, and then I'm gonna add some words onto there. So let's see, where is my word feature? Up here at the top. So I had to continue, and then I see my word feature here at the top. If I go back, there's a touch up option. I can touch up the video. I can add some effects to it if I want to. So you can add, like, you know, more of a muted background or sparkles to it. We'll go ahead and put, oh, I'm re-recording here. I didn't mean to do that. So I'm gonna go, let me see, how do I just continue from here? Sorry guys, I got myself stuck. I'm gonna discard that. I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna add that video again. I'm gonna add that, and I'm just gonna continue without any special effects. So this is a video. It's not playing because I've got two devices going here, but to add words, you click on the words up above right here. You can also add some memes to it. So I could put, you know, Friday, or I could go get some healthy memes or whatever. So that's kind of fun. You can put stickers on there and make it interactive and fun, but you can also write your own words. So let's see, I had saw a funny one the other day that was top reasons not to create a reel. And so then I can actually, at the bottom here, you can see I have some different letter options. So you can actually change the look at the bottom. And so, and this is just a funny one because basically I point all over the place, and I want to make this one shorter. So at the bottom here, you can see my words. If I click on it, it will allow me to actually, you can see I'm moving around here. It will actually allow me to put the words just right there. See where I'm pointing? So that way I'm actually shortening the words just to where I want them, and then they're going to disappear. So this is how people put a bunch of different words on there. So I'm going to go ahead and say done to that. I'm going to add some more words. Okay, so there are no excuses, just do it, right? So then I'm gonna go ahead and highlight that one. I'm gonna put it down here because that's where I end the video. And I'm gonna go ahead and put those words, you can see I'm moving all over the place, and then Just do it. So that's my short reel. And then I can go ahead and share it. Here I can just put, let's put new reel. Okay. I'm not going to share it right this moment because I would like to put a caption on it and do all that if I'm going to share this. And I'm not sure that I'm on the right platform. I might not be sharing this on the Million Mom Movement platform today. This might be something I share on my personal page. But here's something that's fun, you guys. At the bottom here, I can save my draft. So I can go ahead and save that draft and it's now saved. How do I find that? On my screen, you'll see this play button. That's a reel. It's the second one in. And I click on that. And right here, I have my reel. We haven't done any reels for the Million Mom Movement yet. Otherwise, you would see a bunch of already posted reels. But this is also where you can check on the algorithms for your reels if you're wondering if you have, a bunch of people looking at them. If you click off of your profile and click back in and come here, you can see if people are watching your reels. I can go click back on here and I can go post it. So I would just, do the share button. Something else that you can do is if you click on cover, you guys see that where it says cover on my little image. So if you click on that, you can change the cover. So I can choose any of these as my cover. I can also, at the very bottom of my screen, I have add from camera roll. So I can also go to my camera roll. I can find a cover photo that I like and I can post that. There's a little picture of all of us this morning. So then I can say done. Now I have a cover photo for it. Of course, you can create your own beautiful cover photos or take a selfie for it, whatever you need to do. And you can go ahead and if you need to, you can even go back and edit it again by clicking the edit button. You can add more to it, take away from it. You can change the words on it. So for instance, this video, I could repurpose it because I'm just pointing at words that disappear. I can change what those words are. I could repurpose this video a dozen different ways if I wanted to. If you really don't have time, that's one of the ways that you can repurpose your video.
Naiva, you were saying not to add hashtags, right?
Yes.
But in this instance, would you not add like PHP Live 2021? What do you think about that?
Yes. So you totally would. And for this instance, and I think I'll come back to you all if I can find my screen. So for this instance, yes, I would. So on stories, you don't need to use hashtags because it's in your stories and your stories aren't necessarily going to pop up because somebody clicked a hashtag. But on a post, so this, when you're posting IGTV or you're posting a reel, or if you're posting an actual post on your wall, using hashtags can help people find you. So use hashtags that are relevant. So, depending on what it is you're sharing about, think about, maybe some of the verbiage you used in your reel, some of the things that you're talking about, who's your target audience, who do you want to see this, and tag those people. Maybe it's busy moms, maybe it's hashtag mom life, maybe it's, always tag Million Mom Movement, always tag PHP Live 2021, because that's something that we all need to be doing more of. And I'm curious, I was going to ask this at the beginning and I got so excited. Who's currently taking advantage of the widen your reach, and hitting the maximum every month? Just go ahead and drop a 4 in the comments. Awesome. I love it. And this is a really easy way to create an additional 500 points in volume in your back office for your business. And if you and your team are doing this together, you can create so much additional volume. Now I'm curious, who hasn't really been going live and doing widen your reach? Go ahead and drop us a 5 in the comments because we want to help you to be able to feel more comfortable going live. Awesome. I see that there's some people that are not going live or not going live as much as they'd like to. And so we want to encourage you to go live more. And if you're not comfortable going live, making reels is such a fun way to do a PHP live without you necessarily going live, or maybe you don't know what to talk about. As you can see, I literally sat there and made a video of myself pointing in different directions, right? Anybody can do that. And then you put words of whatever it is that you're wanting to share. So maybe it's, hashtag my busy mom life on a daily basis. These are the things that I do, right? And here's a hack that I found. Like this is something else that I'm offering, or something else that I can that's helped me as a busy mom. Maybe you're sharing something that's a solution. So it's just finding your message that you want to share. If you're somebody that already has a practice, you're already a professional of some sort, share about that. Share, you can share about one versus the other. Like I mentioned earlier, mine would be like in the morning when I used to leave the house to go to work, I dreaded it, right? So as a busy mom, I found a way to be able to work from home. So I don't have to leave work. I can have my son by my side while I work, or, I can work for 3 or 4 hours a day and then take him to the beach and do a couple more hours in the evening. I can just kind of share what my routine is. And I can even share, like on my phone, you saw there was some videos of us skateboarding the other day, and I was going to create that into a reel. Like, this is what time freedom looks like. I had literally just done a live on the beach promoting this event. And then I went skateboarding with my son, and halfway down the skateboarding, I was like, I should share in my stories about this. I should go live in my stories. And so I went live in my stories, and I was like, hey, everybody, just want to tune in and let you know I'm doing this really fun training. Please join me on Friday. And then I did a little panoramic of this is what I'm doing right now. And me and my son skateboarding and the view of the beach by the bike path. And then, the next slide was, these are the moments that I live for. I forget exactly what I said, but basically he's my why, and he encourages me every day to have more time to do the things that he wants to do. Because he has lots of plans for me every day, let me tell you. And so, I just kind of shared the story of like, yes, I work for myself, and yes, I'm having fun, but like, this is what I'm working towards. And there's so many other moms out that want that. They want more time with their children. They want more time with their spouse and their family. They want to be able to not just be at home with a million chores, right? I've seen some really fun reels of moms sharing mom life. I mean, it's so fun, it's like, I forget what that is, the windows to the walls, and they're like washing the windows and scrubbing the walls. And it's just like so funny, the songs that you can take and turn them into comedy and make something fun out of it. And people, the engagement on reels is incredible, you guys. I created a reel about 2 weeks ago for my husband's business. And immediately it had, like, within an hour, had over 2,000 views and quite a few comments. You guys, it has like over almost 18,000 views on it right now from 2 weeks ago. And so that's the power of reels, is that if you can make something really compelling and interesting, put fun music with it, and just have a whole lot of fun. The other thing is, the more reels you make, the more you'll be seen. So I've seen there's a lot of fun reels happening out there within the teams, and creating a challenge for your team where you're making reels every day. It's a huge commitment, but you can totally get so much engagement. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Kevin has one that has 185,000 views. That's amazing, right? We want to see that one. Will you share it and tag the Million Mom Movement so I can share it on our stories and we can see what you made? Because that's the power of reels. You're getting so many more views. And if you create some kind of engagement within your posts or within the reel, then people are going to engage. So, remembering to ask questions, remembering to share your authentic story and ask other people if they can relate is a really powerful way to get people to engage in the comments. And by people commenting and liking on your reels, it's only going to get you more views. So it's a whole lot of fun. And I just want to see all of your reels happening. And if you want to do a 30-day challenge or even a 10-day challenge where you make a reel every day, it's a whole lot of fun. And I would just set aside, you don't need a whole lot of time. You can make them in 15 minutes, maybe half an hour tops. You don't have to spend a ton of time on it, especially if you know what it is that you want to share. It's just writing out the little captions. Oh, look, Kevin shared his link with us, so you guys can click on that and check out his reel here when we're done. but there's so many different ways that you can share within reels, and it's such a high level of engagement. The great thing about reels is that you can continue to share them within your stories as well. So like I said earlier, stories are great. You can share your journey, but they only last for 24 hours and then they disappear. Right? So it's a constant work. You constantly have to be curating your story and adding to it and putting some thought into the message that you're putting across, right? And it's a whole lot of fun. I realized that when I went to California this time, I was so focused on sharing in my stories that I actually forgot to post on Facebook. I didn't realize till I got home, and I was like looking on my Facebook and I was like, how come I only posted one time the whole time I was in California? I was focused on sharing in my stories and creating reels. I forgot to post on my Facebook. So remember to keep your algorithms going by posting in your different platforms, but have fun with it. And your reels can also be saved to your phone. So you can also save those reels. The music won't be saved with it, but you can share those reels because my Instagram doesn't share to my Facebook. And I know that there's a way that you can do that, but if it doesn't, you can save the reels to your phone and you can actually share them in your stories on Facebook. How fun is that? You can add new music to it every time. You can, play around with it. Or maybe you want to post it on a different platform or within a group to show somebody else, show your team the reel that you made. So you can save reels to your phone while you're creating them.
So Naiva, I know we have quite a few questions, okay?
Yeah.
So someone's asking, Miles is asking, do you always have to add a message in a caption or do you save for the comments?
You can add it like it happens on the actual video. You don't have to put words on there if you don't want to. I've made videos where it's just a video. I did notice because I kind of played with it a couple times just to kind of see, and I noticed I've posted one reel without any words on it, and it was still a really great interactive fun reel, and literally my engagement was like maybe a quarter of what it usually is when I post one with words on it. I've noticed that when I put words on it, somehow it gets a lot more traction. I think maybe it's the entertainment factor where people want to watch it and read it. And then maybe they miss some of what it said, so they want to watch it again and again and again until they get to, they catch all the captions. And so I think that creates people watching it over and over again. Also really trying to make it fun and seamless, so it's like a loop, is really great, because then people don't know where the beginning or the end of your reel is, and it just keeps playing and they're like, I think I watched this, but it just keeps going, and it's so entertaining that they just keep watching it.
Okay,
it's Jody. I'm just gonna pop in here really quick. You need to unmute the version of you on video and mute the version of you that is blacked out so we see your face talking.
I'm blocked on that one. Here, just let me switch devices. Okay, is that better?
Yes.
Sorry about that.
Okay, so I just wanted to ask you, you remember what you were saying? I love that you were saying that you can add pre-recorded videos, right? So I think that's a great point. Can we do like a snippet of it so we can post it to our reels, like exactly what we wanted to show?
Yes, we can. So you can actually shorten the stories. I didn't do it in that segment. I can show you guys how to do that. Is that something, should I go do that real quick?
Sure.
I can go ahead and show again on my screen. So let's say I go back over here. I'm going to go back to Reels. And let's see, I'm not going to add music just because we don't need to right now. I'll make that to 30. So I'm going to go here to my images. And because I have one here, so let's see. We're going for the skateboard. I don't know why it won't play while I'm actually on here. But see how I shortened it at the bottom? So you can actually use this to shorten it. I'm going to add that. I'm going to go back to my photo images. There's that same video again. So if I want to, I can even add from that same video. So I want to show.
We don't see it.
You don't see it.
No.
Uh,
I think it's when you switch devices, when you unmute the other one. So yeah, I got lost a little bit. So we only see a blank Naeva.
oh.
Yeah.
Let me see here. So
Now
it
we
won't
see
share
you.
screen. Let me see. I'm gonna go ahead and undo this again. Now you can see me there. Maybe I need to turn my camera off. Let's try this. Now, do you see that?
No.
Okay, it's not
We
letting
see
me share
you
my.
holding the camera.
Okay.
It's that moment when technology goes from being your friend to being not so much.
But you see, this is what I love about this. Even a social media queen has technical difficulties. It happens to all of us. So, we always come up with a solution.
Yeah. So sorry about the technical difficulties, you guys. So you can shorten the videos. I, for some reason, wasn't able to share my screen again. But basically the same way that I shorten the words on the videos, right? You saw me do that. So when you add the video, you have that same little bar at the bottom of your screen, and you can shorten that bar to just the segment of the video that you want to show. And then you can upload, you can go ahead and grab another video up until you fill the 15 seconds or the 30 seconds of space. It will keep letting you upload the videos. And you can upload them and then clip them to the size of, to share the story that you want. I wish I would have thought to share that while I still had my share screen on. But yeah, it's really pretty simple. And honestly, everything I learned was because a lot of people were asking me how to do reels and I hadn't done them yet. And so I went on YouTube University and I typed in how to create reels, and I went and learned how to make reels. So if ever you're not sure how to do something, we are entrepreneurs here. We all have the ability to go out there and figure out whatever it is that we need to figure out to make it happen. So sorry I didn't get to go through that with you all.
So someone's asking, how do you create a loop? And what is a boomerang?
Ooh, great questions. So boomerang is a really short, 3-second clip. So you can totally use boomerangs to then you can save boomerangs and add them to a reel if you'd like to. You can also, you can save story clips and put them into a reel. And then what was the other question? Was
what is a loop?
A loop. So a loop would be kind of like a seamless, kind of creating it so that way the beginning and the end are very similar, so they kind of just go back into each other. So for instance, with the skateboarding one, I know you guys couldn't see me sharing my screen when I was trying to put that one together, but I could put I was getting on the skateboard and riding down the path. I could show the ocean and the view, and then maybe I'll bring it back to me on the skateboard. And so that way it just keeps going in that loop, right? So it's you can see me getting on the skateboard, you can see the view, and then I would come back and then you would see the skateboard again. And so that way it just it never ends in a way. All they see is the skateboard happening, the view, and back to the skateboard. So it kind of just would create a loop. I did that before in a nature setting as well, where I literally started the video looking at a waterfall, and I just kind of did a circular video, right? So I went and I looked at the whole view around the waterfall and back, and then I centered it back on the waterfall. And so when I created the reel, and I can shorten it, then it literally just goes in a circle like that, right? And people are watching that. And then I can put any kind of meditative music to it, or, I can put whatever I want to put with that video. And then I can put words on it too. It could be relax, breathe, take a moment to yourself. Self-care is so important. Whatever it is that maybe aligns with that video and the message that I'm wanting to get across at that time.
Amazing. Okay. And I have some people who are asking about TikTok.
TikTok's really fun. Reels are basically, they came from TikTok. So Instagram and any social media doesn't want to lose their people to another platform, right? So when TikTok started becoming super popular and people were leaving Instagram to go to TikTok to make TikToks, they realized that they were losing a ton of people that were like jumping ship basically. And so they created Reels to be basically an Instagram's version of TikTok. And so you can actually, if you have a TikTok channel, you can save those videos, you can bring them over to Instagram, and you can post them in your Reels and repurpose them. That's actually how I got started. I only had maybe 3 or 4 TikToks that I had made. And, you know, when Reels first came out, I didn't really get them. And then I realized that once I went and did my little training on YouTube, I learned that it was similar to TikTok, is the same features. So I went and took my videos from TikTok and I repurposed them to my Instagrams.
So I think that's a great point. We can reshare them on all of our social media.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Naiva. This was amazing. I hope you guys all took notes. I have pages of notes and I'm going to be rewatching this. This was amazing. Thank you so much. I don't know if we missed any questions in the chat. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask us. We are going to be wrapping up. So next week on our Fierce Friday, I will be continuing the toxin that came to dinner. This is going to be a series, okay? So we're going to go further and deeper than glyphosate. So this will be next Friday. So invite people to this. You know, it's going to be super informative. We're going to dig deep in, there's so much toxins in our food that it's not labeled and we don't know and it's hidden. And we need to bring all these toxins to the surface. We need to become more loud with this and more vocal. So this is how we are doing this, right? So invite your friends, your family, everyone around you to this call. So they can be educated, they can learn, and the awareness. This is a judgment-free zone and we're in this together. So let's, does anyone have any last minute questions for Naiva? Because we still have you online. Let's see. I think, yes, it's a great topic. And feel free to rewatch this. And Naiva, do you have anything to say? Go ahead.
Oh, I just wanted to say, I was just looking at, Kevin had mentioned that TikTok has some different video editing features. And so you can totally create it. If you're used to TikTok, you can totally create them on TikTok, save it to your phone and bring them over to Instagram if that's easier for you, if you already understand how it works there. But really just have a whole lot of fun with it. And, you know, nobody can be perfect until we actually put it into action. So just put it into action and find your own perfectionism in it.
So let's close off with that thought. Okay, let's have fun with this. And Purium is paying us to have fun with our social media and to share more of ourselves and tap into who we truly are and what our purpose and our movement is all about. So I think the more we do this and the more we put it out there, this is how we are going to be attracting and bringing the message out there. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for being part of this call and thank you for being part of our movement. Thank you, everyone. Have a great afternoon and evening.